Adam Olivero. Thank you very much for joining me today. We are out here at Weaver's Contracting to get a look at the Howick Cruise Night. Unfortunately, due to the ongoing self-isolation and physical distancing we're having, we weren't able to have a Howick Cruise Night at the Howick Community Center. But the cruisers down there still want to get their cars out and show them off. So we've come up with a unique way of doing it here. Down here at Weber's Contracting, south of Clifford, they're going to cruise by and we're going to get a chance to see some of the cars. So join me as the fire trucks lead off from Howick. thank you very much for joining me for that parade, as we got to see some of the cars as they rolled into Clifford here, and then they went through Clifford and back out to the Howick Community Center. Well, I want to thank Verdun and all of the team, Marion Felskoff and the rest of them out at Howick, for allowing us to film this. And because the parade was only a little bit long, we're going to take a look at last year's Howick Cruise Night that we were at, the 2019 Howick Cruise Night. Here's Jacob Beeman as they take you to the 2019 Howick Cruise Night, see what fun they had last year.
And we are here with Candace. And Candace, can you tell us about this beautiful pink car behind me?
Sure. It's a 1946 Fargo panel truck. I bought it when I was 15. It was my first vehicle. My dad and I fixed it up together over the next few years, and since then we've had a lot of fun driving it.
All right, and clearly in this big car show, it definitely stands out. Have you been going to many car shows and getting lots of reactions throughout the years?
Absolutely. So it's been done for about 10 years now, and it never fails to draw attention with the bright color.
Do you ever hand out any cotton candy with it?
No, it's false advertising. We used to hand out bubble gum, but you know, the adult kids used to take a lot of it, so.
Of course, and that's another thing. The kids must love it every time they see it.
Absolutely. The bright color draws everybody in, especially young kids.
So is that the main draw? You bring it to different car shows, or do you do other stuff with the car?
Mostly car shows and cruise nights, but sometimes Sundays to get ice cream.
Oh, yes. And drive by people in traffic with your bright pink car.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you so much, Candace, for joining us, and we hope to see your pink car drive along the sunset.
Thank you.
I'm here with Brian, and Brian, we have a whole bunch of dune buggies up here, and can you just tell us what this is all about?
Well, it all started off as kind of a contagious thing. I bought my first one in 1982 and drove it for a number of years, and then my brother bought one, fixed it up, started driving it, and then our nephews started building dune buggies, and it just went on from there until we got into neighbors and friends, and everybody started building and driving dune buggies.
Do you have a name for this exclusive club?
Well, nothing official, but we call ourselves the Listowel Buggers.
The Listowel Buggers. I'd love to see that on a T-shirt. And have you? How many years have you started going to car shows, and do you go to multiple a year, or?
We go to 3 or 4. This is our favorite. We're very close by. We're just out of Listowel, and we generally cruise to Tim Hortons and stop and talk to people, and everybody has a story about a Volkswagen and how they used to tear around in the fields as kids and fix them up, and then they tell us how to fix them, and we listen intently.
Yeah. And have you ever had in Tim Hortons, you must all get into that drive-through there and be quite the spectacle in Listowel, but when you drive around and you cruise, do you get many reactions, particularly out of kids or anything like that?
Kids love them. They're always yanking on their parents' arms, and they're waving, and sometimes we stop and we'll let them sit in the dune buggy, or sometimes the parents want to have a picture of them in the dune buggy, and we say, yeah, go ahead. They're just fun vehicles, and it's, yeah.
And I have to ask you, because I'm curious, has any of these ever flipped over anything, or have they been in pretty good shape all these years?
No, they've never flipped any, knock on wood. Hopefully it never happens. We had one of the guys got ran into by a motorcycle and spun them around, did some damage, but nobody was hurt.
That's good.
When we build them in a fashion that they're safe, and we put cages in them and roll bars and stuff so that nobody does get hurt, because that's the main thing.
We used to be traveling a lot on the beaches and stuff, and dune buggies were known for that. Is that done anymore?
Nobody can drive on beaches anymore, anywhere. If I was to say we did, we could be chased down and somebody could slap us in the fingers.
Whiteman is not responsible for any stories here. Now, my final question is to you. All your buddies over there that own these dune buggies made you do this interview. So if the camera's fanning right at them, if you want to shout them out right now.
Oh, okay. We got Robert. Wave. We got Dave. Jason. Dean. Ethan. Darrell. Who else? I think that's all the drivers tonight.
All right. Well, if you see any of those buggers in Listowel, you'll know where they're from. And if we interview guys at the next car show, it'll be one of their turns.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Well, once again, thank you to the Howick Cruise Night for having us out last year and this year. Those were just some of the amazing cars you can see, and hopefully in 2021 we can all get together at the Howick Community Center to see the cars in person. I'm Adam Oliverell. I want to say a special thank you to Dan and Jacob Beeman for also participating in last year's Howick Cruise Night and allowing us to use that footage again. And we appreciate everything they've done and the Verdun and the crew over there with the snowmobile shows and the cruise and car shows, allowing people to come out and show off their classic vehicles. Again, I'm Adam Oliverell. Thanks for joining me here for the parade this year and the footage from last year. We hope you have a wonderful day.